the best thing on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's how to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is by one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So therapeutic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Hank Sports Review. Yeah. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Yeah. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Step on the court, feel the sneaker squeak. Hank call a play like a coach unique. Fast break vision, highlight reel. He breaking down the stats with that southern feel. On the field, end zone, crowd gon' roar. Touchdown energy, we want more. So if you want the game from a real point of view, better show love, like, comment, subscribe to. Like, comment, subscribe, say what. Big Hank, keep the game alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports Review. NBA nights, NFL days. Hank break it down in so many ways. From the block to the pocket, the hustle, the grind. Every story hit different when Hank defines. Laughs in the flow, but the game stay tight. He shine the spotlight where it feel just right. Sports and the culture, it's more than a vibe. It's the truth and the groove. Come on, subscribe. Now don't wait, don't hesitate. Click that button, elevate. Join the tribe, be part of the crew. Sports review with Hank coming straight to you. Like, comment, subscribe, yeah. Keep the channel alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Hank Sports Review.
Beautiful Monday, beautiful Monday, beautiful Monday. Guys, I'm glad to be here with you. Glad to be here with you. Let's fix that echo sound. We don't need that echo, do we? We don't want that. We're here to talk about sports on a beautiful Monday. And guys, as y'all see by my thumbnail, one thing we definitely got to talk about, guys, and that's the college playoff. Guys, I don't know if you got to watch it on Sunday morning. They bogged the whole. I didn't get to watch my fantasy football show. I had to watch it on ESPN News in order to catch it, because ESPN had the whole release of the college football schedule or rankings, and on ESPN2, of course, they had the NFL pregame. So it seemed like it was about a 2-hour show. So it happens to be at the same time NFL. But, it is what it is. That's a part of it. They had to get the audience that they know they could get on ESPN, and they decided to go with college football. And even though the pregame would have took that same about, probably the ratings probably been the same. But they said, we won't go on the big show, the big channel, not Deuce, but one, and we're going to do this release. It is what it is. It is what it is. But with that being said, we definitely going to dive into it, right? We definitely going to dive into it. We're going to put that on the back end. But first things first, we're going to touch on the NFL. So, guys, as you know, I'm a Bears fan. And we played the Green Bay Packers. Pretty much, winner's going to lead the division. More than likely, the leader was going to take the number one seed. Either take the number one seed or maintain the number one seed. Either way. But unfortunately, we came up short. Now, I can go over many reasons why the Bears came up short. And we definitely going to talk about that too. But before we talk about it, let's run through some other things that happened in the NFL. So this past Sunday, we had a lot go on, a lot go down. A lot's happened. And it started on Thursday. The Detroit Lions ended up beating the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys, everything but eliminated from the playoffs. They got to win out. And they still may need some help just to make it in. But they are still competing for the division. Depends on what happens tonight between the Chargers and the Eagles. So you got that. You had the battle of the scrubs, the Tennessee Titans going against the Cleveland Browns. Now, look, Shador had a great game. He showed his butt. Now, what didn't make sense to me in that game? On the 2-point conversion, why would you pull him out? And put a running back in. What's going? See, when I see stuff like that, to me, it makes me feel like the fix is in, man. Are you trying to sabotage this young man? Do you really want him on your squad? And if you do, why don't you give him the opportunity and play in positions where these are game time decisions, game time scenarios and situations that he's going to face when he is a starting quarterback? Hopefully for Cleveland, but maybe somewhere else. But you're not giving that opportunity. You're putting a running back in for what? To run a trick play on the 2-yard line? Man had over 300-something yards, 3 touchdowns. He was productive. But that was the play you chose? I didn't want to see the coach fired because I think the guy's a good coach. But, man, look, you doing stuff like that, man, I think you need to go. I think you need to be fired. This is my straight up honest opinion, man. I think you need to be fired. Because when you make decisions like that, yeah, you don't deserve employment. You need to be down to unemployment off getting your pink slip, get your last check from the organization. I'm just saying. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let me put my headphones in. It works a lot better when I have my headphones. Let me put my headphones in. But I need for y'all to do me a favor. Make sure y'all do that. I need for y'all to make sure you hit that like button. For sure. That will really do me a favor.
Push the goddamn button, man.
You goddamn right. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. Let's see. Hopefully this works a little bit better. Because I need y'all to push that like button. Do me a solid. Hit that like button for me. But now with that said, it's just little things like that, man. Look, I think if Shador gets his opportunity, he's going to be a productive quarterback. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to be a superstar. You won't hear me say that. But I do think he's going to be a productive quarterback, or can be, if the opportunity presents itself. Right now, it's not. He's got the opportunity to get, at least 4 more games of experience. So far, he had at least I think 6 games total he's played. Probably should have had more than that. At least 8. Let me say this. Truth be told, they should have just moved on from Flacco and not even had him on the team. Y'all wasn't going to make the playoffs. Let's be honest. Y'all were going to make the playoffs. Let's just be real. It wasn't set up to do that. Got too much tied to a quarterback who's not playing. You got another 2 quarterbacks you drafted that you got to at least see what they can give you. And then you bring in old man Joe. For what? For what? No reason. No. So let them 2 young boys play. Let them split. Cut it in half. The one you chose to think could be probably more likely to be the starter, let them play 8 games. And then let the other quarterback play 8 games. That's 16 games right there. And then maybe split. One play in the first half, one play in the second half. Or look, go even further. Break it down in the games of 4. Rotate them. You this week, you that way. Why not? Do something unorthodox. Do something different. Because right now, the team y'all have, that's another reason why I don't understand Myles Garrett. You talking about you want to get out, you want to play for contender, yet you re-sign with him, and you know y'all not contending. More than likely, y'all might be trying to draft another quarterback this time next season. Don't be surprised. Or you going to ride with Deshaun Watson? Nobody's going to be able to trade that contract. You're going to have to cut some type of deal with Deshaun Watson in order to get him off your team. And if I was him, I wouldn't say shit. I'll sit back and y'all do what you got to do. I'm still going to get paid, whether you cut me or not, because my contract is guaranteed. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I wouldn't cut a deal if I was Deshaun. I said, man, kiss my grits. I'll sit and collect a check like a welfare recipient. And I go apply for SNAP benefits. I'm just saying, that's what I would do. Shit. You had to call me the EBT King. I got to get paid. Now, in all serious notes, they should have did something different. And I really think that they did Shador a disservice. Opportunity to win a game that he started from start to finish, and they couldn't give him that. You know why? Because they want to do some trick bull crap and think that's going to work. No, that's not going to work. That's not how it goes. But you can't sell some guys smarter than they really think. So that's my take on that. Let's keep going. Then you had the Seattle and the Falcons. Well, we've seen how that was going to go. Seattle had no chance, and it showed. You had the Indianapolis Colts get snake bitten by another injury. Unfortunately, by the quarterback. Daniel Jones is out with a torn Achilles. And Jacksonville Jaguars end up winning. There's a competition for that South, man. There's a competition for that AFC South because you got Texas beating the Chiefs, so they compete for the AFC South. I mean, I remember when the coach was running away with it. Then Jacksonville Hill said, "Get over here." Treat him like Mortal Kombat, like he thought he was Scorpion. I'm just saying. Let's keep going. We had the Commanders who couldn't just muster up any point against the sorry-ass Vikings. That's crazy, but that's the reality. You had Buffalo Bills playing in the winter snow. It was a winter wonderland out there in Buffalo, New York. But you know what? That didn't stop Josh Allen. That man had over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Who said the elements are going to slow me down? Then we had the New Orleans Saints decide they want to win another game and make the Tampa Bay Bucks compete for the NFC South. Then we had the Pittsburgh Steelers, old man Rodgers, coming through with the big victory. Lamar Jackson is doing nothing for me because he's acting like a suck ass. He's also killing me in my fantasy football league. And I'm still trying to win despite of him. I'm about to bench him. I'm about to bench his ass. Now I know I'm talking off the regular NFL stuff and get into my fantasy football too, but I'm about to bench him. I'm sick of him. He's got more turnovers than touchdowns. He's killing me. Now, later he probably don't, but yesterday in that game, it damn near seemed like it. I'm just saying. Then we had the Dolphins beating the brakes off the Jets, 34-10. The Denver Broncos still rolling, 24-17. You had the Los Angeles Rams trashing the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm just saying, once again, I had the Houston Texans who are competing for the AFC South, beating the Kansas City Chiefs. And unfortunately, I went over this game earlier. Chicago Bears losing to the Green Bay Packers. FGB. FGB. God damn it, FGB. So for those who don't know what that means fuck Green Bay. I say it proudly. They can kiss my goddamn grits. Hit that like button, guys. Do me a solid. Do that for me. Goddamn right. Push the goddamn button. Let's talk about this Green Bay game. And the reason I want to talk about, because there's a lot of things happened in that game that really stopped my team from winning that game. Now, we played a little conservative in that first half, and I kind of understand why, because you're dealing with the elements. You don't know how Caleb's going to do in a big game that has something on the line. You don't know. You don't know how he's going to respond. And so he didn't respond too well. He didn't respond too well. He really didn't. He was slow, wouldn't take care of business. Just opportunities that presented itself when the defense had an interception, returned it to about the 35, maybe the 40-yard line. He found a way to go 3 and out. Big game like that, you got to jump on these good teams. These teams are good. It's not going to just fold. They're not. That's not how they're built. Dripey foul. Dripter. Is how you pronounce it? Drippy 501. He just says, "Yo, what's going on, brother? Hopefully all is well with you, my guy." Look, I'm still having a problem with Caleb Williams. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, and I think I will until I see him make different decisions. Because in my opinion, his decision making is always going to be questionable. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that on the back end. We're gonna talk about that next. But first, we're gonna talk about this NFL and the greatest team in NFL history, and that's the Chicago Bears. But yes, we definitely gonna talk about that for sure. Said, I'm not a big fan of Bama getting in. I know that's right. And we'll definitely talk about that too. But many of times I've watched him out throughout the season and even last of opportunities he's missing out on. So that one time he had a chance to get a first down. He decided to slide like a yard and a half. Why do you do that, Caleb? Why do you stop a yard and a half and it was clear you could have had it without even being touched? You could have dived forward instead of that. See, when you slide, it goes where the ball's landing, where you first start your slide at. That's where they count you down at. Now, if you diving forward, it's going to be counted where the ball is when you hit the ground. And I understand they teach you to slide. I'm agreeing with that. That's cool. But dude, when we need a first down, when we need 4 more downs to get opportunity to get it, and you decided to slide a little bit earlier, yeah, that makes no sense to me. It really pisses me off. That's some soft shit to me. All right, let's be honest. He said a chief error might be a dog. I think it is. I think it is. Right now, they need San Diego in order to lose a few games, in order to get the opportunity to get into playoffs. It's obvious they're not going to win the division. Denver's pretty much going to have that sold up. Going to have that pretty much sold up. So they need help. And it's like a cluster over here in the AFC. You're going to have some guys going to make it to the playoff with a 9-10 win team. NFC, you might have to win 11 just to make it. You might have a 10 win team not in the playoffs. It's possible with NFC. That's how competitive and tough it is. The East is only going to get 1. The South is only going to get 1. That's 2 right there. The West can get 3, or the North can get 3. They're going to be competing. Ain't no opportunity to rest players. You get all the rest you want in the off season. That's how it's going to be. So you got to play. And Kansas City Chiefs can't afford to lose a game like they did last night to the Texans. You can't. Or you be on the outside looking in. But back to this Bears game. This happens way too much with Caleb. So when I watch a replay of the last play, where he supposedly ran the same play as he did when he had that pass at Philadelphia, the ball was up in a little bit of air, a little farther. He threw it up. Now some say, well, it's the weather. Ball's cold, and it's hard to throw it in them elements, and maybe he just wasn't able to get not enough velocity on it. Okay. But he had other options that he could take. He could have ran for first down, ran out of bounds, and got 4 more plays. He had over 20-something seconds. Plenty of time. We had 2 timeouts in 20 seconds. That is plenty of time. We could have ran the ball a couple times if we have to, because we had 2 timeouts. We was on the 15-yard line. It's not like we was down at the 50-yard line and we still had to make it to the end zone. That wasn't the case. 15-yard line, over 20-some seconds, and 2 timeouts. Plenty of time. But he rushed it. Bad decision making. Not being smart. They're going to say, oh, well, he's a young quarterback. He's been through 3 different offensive coordinators. I hear all of that. But let me tell you what this is not. This is not his first opportunity to play on a major level. Even if it is in the NFL compared to college, he played there. Do me a favor. You see what my wife said in the comments. She said, hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe, donate if you feel the need to. I appreciate it. Guys, if y'all didn't know, I do Angel Tree, and I was able to do an Angel Tree yesterday. I turned in the Angel Tree gifts for the kids, and I shot the video, and I was able to upload it. So guys, you have the opportunity, check out the video. And I challenge anybody who's somebody. If you're able, you got the financial needs, the means. If you have the wherewithal and you can donate, do that. Maybe, just maybe. If you have the means, you can go and get angel tree yourself. Now, in my state, we already had to turn in. I don't know about what state y'all in. I don't know if the rules apply. Maybe I got a little bit more time than we had, but mine had to be turned in by the 7th of December. So I turned it in on Sunday morning prior to the game. But if not, you see them people out there shaking that red bucket. Hey, couple of something in a kitty. Maybe you could do that. I know Toys for Tots is still going on. So if Toys for Tots still going on, donate a gift. Bless a young person. I'm sure they appreciate it. But let's get back to this. I want to show you the clip I seen on social media. And it was really disturbing to me. It just pisses me off, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of options there. I don't know exactly who's going to pop necessarily, but between the options that we have and then Caleb using his legs, was hopeful we could find a way to get a yard there.
I don't know if y'all heard what Ben Johnson said. But one of these things is finding using his legs in order to get the first. We know why he's saying that. Because it's obvious. He's seen the opportunity to at least run and get that first down and get out of bounds. Even if you don't get out of bounds, you still have a timeout. That would have used about 4 to 5 seconds. But Caleb did what like Caleb does. We need 1 yard, and he's going for the end zone. What about chucking it down to the running back or a wide receiver coming off the play that we just seen DJ break through and get wide open? We're gonna watch it again. Please believe in me, we're gonna watch it again because you're gonna see DJ wide open. Could have did that. Instead, he chose his decision making to go for the end zone and for the first down. That's what he chose to do. That was his decision. That's what he's seen. We didn't see the same thing. We didn't. Now what I'm seeing, this is crazy. Rivers could possibly come out of retirement for the Indianapolis Colts. Is this? Well, why not? You got Joe Flacco there. Why not? Why not have a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers come out of retirement to play for the Colts? You know, that's the last time they had a winning record. Jesus Christ. That's why they're doing this. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. So, Jess Herbert is expected to start. At first, he was questionable because his non-throwing hand had an injury to it last week. Had to have surgery on it. So I'm sure they're gonna put some special type of cast on it. But yeah, that's the game that's going on tonight. Another thing is the decision though to throw that ball. I was so pissed, man. I was so damn. I'm cussing at the TV. I'm cussing at Caleb. I'm just pissed. And if it wasn't because I'm playing fantasy football, I probably wouldn't watch another football game the rest of the week. I wouldn't watch one tonight. But since I play fantasy football and I do have a game on the line, I need at least 13 points from A.J. Brown in order for me to get a win. And I'll talk about my fantasy football team and playoff potential. I'll probably just shoot a video talking about it. But if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't watch the football games the rest of the week. But since I got something on the line, I got to watch it to, just to root on the players that I need to be productive. But, man, I was so pissed after that game. The main reason is because we had the opportunity. We was driving, doing what we had to do. Now, I got to give Caleb the credit for the catch because he was part of the reason why we got, stayed in that position. Man, I was telling one of my coworkers, it's one of those things like I share with my son. I said, you could do 20 things for 20 plus years great and be all good at it. But it only takes one thing to ruin your reputation that could ruin your career, that ruin you as a man or as an individual, doesn't matter, man or woman. That's life. All the good things he did on the field on Sunday, that one bad thing just ruined it. Why the hell you throw the ball, Caleb? Why couldn't you decide to run? I dump it off to DJ Wright. Now, if DJ Wright dropped the ball, it's off unless you just throw a bad throw. Now that's different. You didn't need to be in a rush, even if you was going to pass it, because you had no pressure on you. But you decided to roll out. What if it squared up and make that pass? And when I seen him throw it, I said, oh, this is going to be a problem. Because by then, now the safety done broke. You already decided you're not handing the ball off. You're not throwing it to the running back because they had about 3 guys around the running back. You're either going to run for the first down, and I got to rely on my teammates to make the play, or you're going to try to throw it to Clement like you did last time when you played Philadelphia. And what did you do? You went to Philly. You went to Clement. And think about it, it was an option. You had the option to dump it off to the running back, screen. You had the option of running the ball for the first down. You had the option of throwing a Clement or DJ Moore. And you know what you chose? The wrong decision. DJ Moore only had 1 pass in that game caught. That was it. Your best receiver didn't play. Wrong. So you probably should have went to DJ Moore. He probably should have had about at least 5 to 10 passes thrown his way. 1. There's no excuse for that shit. None at all, man. And it was so disheartening. But let's look at it again. And then I'm going to move on from this. There ain't no need to keep peeling the scab off the wound. It's already hurting me. But with that being said, let's go.
Yeah, we got a lot of options there. I don't know exactly who's going to pop necessarily, but between the options that we have and then Caleb using his legs was hopeful we could find a way to get a yard there.
Very upsetting. And this goofy ass smiling guy. What the? Let me take the high road. I'm not going to use this foul language. It's so necessary. But it's very disheartening. I promise you that. Very disheartening. With that being said, let's turn the page. Jesus Christ. Let's turn the page and talk about what's going on in college. So, guys, the first thing we're going to talk about is you got a Heisman Trophy, the finalists. And for those who don't know who the finalists is, I don't know who these guys are. Well, let me take that back. I know one guy. And that's Notre Dame running back, Love. I do know him. I do know Mendoza. I know him because he's the Indiana quarterback. And so I live right across the bridge from Indiana. So we got a lot of guys over this way that's Indiana fans. I do Diego Pava. I know him because he's in the SEC. And he's finding some way for the past 2 years to beat up on Kentucky. Like every other team in the SEC does, all right? And then you have Ohio State quarterback Sayan. Jillian Sayan. This has to be the weakest class of Heisman Trophy candidates. We got to be honest. The weakest class of Heisman Trophy candidates. It has to be. To me, Love will probably be the best player out of all 4 of these guys, but you know how they treat running backs, wide receivers, or anybody in other position besides quarterback. They treat them like they don't exist. So that's why you have 3 quarterbacks and 1 running back. Like no other position is good. But that's the bias you have in the Heisman. I don't even care about the Heisman. I think it's a flawed award that's irrelevant, truth be told, man. We know they really don't pick the best player. Because I promise you, have these guys that was winning Heismans wouldn't be winning them. Wouldn't be winning them at all. It's not going to determine how good you're going to be or how successful you're going to be once you get to the NFL. It's not. It's just not. But, you know, it's one of those individual awards that, you know, that everybody has an opportunity to participate in or supposedly participate in. But it seems like the only one who participates are all quarterbacks. So, with that being said, that's what you're going to get. And that's what we have. Quarterbacks competing for individual reward that nobody I think should care about. I'm just saying. But let's get back to this college football thing. And before we get to actual 12-team playoff, we're going to talk about a lot of these teams have decided not to play in the bowl games. And one of the teams that decided that is old Notre Dame. Now, I want to talk about this Notre Dame thing because it's kind of funny. So for those who do not know, Notre Dame plays independent when it comes to football. But when it comes to every other sport, they're in the ACC. And I think that was a factor in the decision. Now, somebody could say, oh, that's not true. I don't believe that. That's just conspiracy theories. You know, your Andrew Jones and stuff. Nah. You know, your Mel Gibson thing. Nah. Let me say this. All the money that Notre Dame would have accumulated in the playoffs like they did last season, they don't have to share that money. That all goes to them. All of it. They're not splitting it. They're not giving a portion of it. They're not giving them a goddamn dime to the ACC. And this was agreement back in 2014 when they agreed to come to the ACC, that they're going to get all the Olympic sports and non-Olympic sports, non-essential sports, whatever they want to call it, and to go to ACC, but not the breadwinner, not the big dog. We're not putting our football team, man. We not giving you a goddamn. Y'all can kiss our grits. I ain't giving you a dime. That's a mindset Notre Dame. And guess what? ACC dumbass agreed to the contract. They said, well, okay, we'll take you. We'll take you sick, you man, you're wounded. We don't care. Come on. We're ACC and we need help. Dumbass. So they agree to that. That's been agreement since 2014, and it's still the agreement. Notre Dame football ain't giving up a dime, but they get all portions of every other sport. So the women's basketball winning and going out there taking care of business, they gonna split. Men's basketball, they gonna split. Baseball, field hockey, soccer, wrestling, whatever other sport they may have, they gonna split. But shit, we all know. If you don't know, you better learn. Football's the breadwinner. Most money is made in football. So imagine you got a 70-something thousand seat stadium. Now, of course, we know some of those seats are probably given away to the alumni or the former players, the players' family. So you take away about 1,000 seats. You still have 72,000. I don't even know how many they seat in Notre Dame. I'm just guessing. Maybe more, could be less. Who knows? But imagine the ticket price. Now, of course, the ticket price for the general admission is one thing. But for some reason, general admission tickets only say about $50 a ticket. Let you get a hold to it, it's about $150. And you up in a goddamn nosebleed. You up there talking to the Lord. You slapping hands with touchdown Jesus. And it doesn't get any cheaper as it goes lower down to the bowl level. Yeah, they get cheaper. It's getting more expensive. I'm just saying, man. So you imagine average ticket price are probably around about $250, $100 to $250 average. I'm just saying average because I'm sure that lower bowl area. Well, has it Notre Dame as the only child syndrome selfish? Damn. I don't blame them. If we could play on in your conference, get all the money we can, and ain't got to share it, I'm doing it too. Shit. And this is the crazy. You know what they agreed to? Play a few of the ACC teams. That's it. So they put about 5 ACC teams on the whole calendar for the season, out of the 12 or 13 that they may play, and still get money because some of those are going to be home games. God damn. So imagine average ticket, right? Average ticket, and you selling 72,000 of them tickets. Let's do some quick math. 72,000 times 200. 14,400,000. That's what it is if it's just 200 average. That's not include concession stands. That's not include sales of paraphernalia. That's not including the Notre Dame club you have to donate for you ciggies and ticket holders. That's not including none of that. I'm just saying general admission, $14 million. It's one game now. I didn't say the other 8 home games you're going to play. So now let's multiply that times 6 to say 7. Oh, look at that. 100 million. 108. Man, I can't say it. Let's say 101 million. We'll round it up a couple thousand, give or take. 101 million a season. God damn, that's a lot of bread. Again, that's not including apparel. That's not included concessions. That's not include, like I said, the booster funds y'all gonna be donating to in order to get your seat. That's not including none of that. I'm just talking about straight general admission. You know how much money that's made? So now let's talk about basketball. More likely basketball, you're going to have at least maybe about 20 home games. But you only are seating 20,000. Max, maybe. Multiply that times 20. Then whatever the price is. Still doesn't equal up. Still doesn't equal up. And so now you put the ladies in there. So it's 40. Still doesn't equal up. Well, we know these other sports ain't drawing no attendance like that. Ain't drawing no audience like that. They not buying that pearl unless they the parents of the guys who play gymnastics, maybe part of the baseball team or field hockey or soccer or whatever other sport they may have. You know, attendance like that. Football's king, guys. And they ain't got to share nothing with nobody else because that's the deal that they signed with the ACC. Foolish ACC for making that deal, but guess what? Congratulations on Notre Dame. I think it's smart. But the whole reason I brought up this conspiracy theory, let me tell you this. It came down to Miami, Alabama, and Notre Dame for them last spots. And for some reason, they decided to choose Alabama and Miami. Now, Miami did beat Notre Dame head-to-head. So you do have that. But the Notre Dame brings cachet. They bring audience. They bring the eyes. Everybody want to watch them lose. But let me tell you the difference is. Miami plays in the ACC, and they're going to split that money. Y'all heard what I said. Let me say it again for the people in the back. They may not heard me. Miami plays in the ACC, and they're going to split that money because that's part of the deal. Notre Dame, they're not. So let me ask you, if you are on the committee and you may represent an ACC, who would you keep out? A team that does have to split the money, keep it all to himself, or would you vote in a team that is an ACC and we're going to get a portion of that money, even if we don't get to go to a bowl game or participate no kind of way, and we just losing? I'm going to get more money bang for my buck. And you know how I do that? By allowing Miami in, keeping Notre Dame out. And financially, we're going to benefit. We're going to all eat. See, Notre Dame in there, we ain't going to eat. They going to eat. It's going to be I am going to eat, not we as a collective. It's I as an individual. That's what's going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised they kept them out. Don't tell nobody I told you this. Don't tell nobody I told you. Don't tell nobody I said this. They wouldn't believe it. I think I wouldn't be surprised. A representative somewhere had got in somebody's ear said, I'm to Notre Dame in Miami. You let Miami in, you keep Notre Dame out. They ain't shit. They ain't giving up none of that money anyway. Keep these assholes up out of it. Guys, don't be surprised if that's not the case. Because if I was one of them, it'd be running through my mind. I ride with them. I ain't going to get a dime from Notre Dame. But if I roll with the U, at least get a portion. Might just be a million or 2 million here. But a million's worth better than none. What I look like fat these frogs or for these other snakes to eat. Because that's all you're going to do for Notre Dame. They get that money. They going to pour it into the program. Huh? They going to get new equipment. They going to upgrade it. Look, they going to find some more players. Them M9L deals going to be looking real nice. Oh, I seen this up and coming, man. The guy, he said he's in the portal. I thought we throw a couple bones at it. Trying to get him on down our way. We need a good run back. Huh? Love's about to go off to the NFL. We need to bring somebody in there. So how about we just use some of this bowl money that we ain't got to share with nobody with. But I said, BYU destroyed the bracket by losing to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is tough, man. They got Texas Tech got a defensive end I like to see the Birds go after. them in Miami. We'll see how that goes. I'm just saying, man. You got to look. I know it's crazy. I know it may be too far-fetched, but I promise you got to keep some of this stuff in mind. Don't be surprised this stuff happens or doesn't happen. Don't be surprised. But guys, let's keep going. Now Notre Dame said we're not playing in the bowl game because we're gonna take our ball and go home. Y'all kiss my grits. I don't want to play with y'all. That's the mindset. So guys, here we go. First round matchups. We got game 1, Oklahoma versus Notre Dame, 8 versus 9, December the 19th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Game 2, Texas A&M versus Miami, 7 versus 10, December the 20th at 12 p.m. Game 3, you got Ole Miss, the Lane Kiffertless Ole Miss versus Tulane. Oh shit, that's gonna be lopsided. March 20th, 3:30 Eastern. You're gonna have Oregon versus James Madison. The fact that they in is bad business, but it is what it is. That's what we got this week. Guys, should be a great lineup. Looking forward to it. That's for the big games, right? Those are the big games. Now, we have these other games, these little trash-ass bowl games, like the L.A. Bowl. We're going to get Boise State going against Washington. The Salute to Veterans Bowl, Troy versus Jack State. You got the Cure Bowl, Old Dominion versus South Florida. Linden Tree Bowl, god damn. You got Louisiana versus Delaware. You got bowls. That's all they just call bowls. Missouri State versus Arkansas State. Myrtle Beach Bowl. Kennesaw State versus Western Michigan University. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Gaspereau Bowl. Memphis versus NC State. That's what you got. That's, oh, god damn. That's crazy. So those are just a few of the bowls we have this coming week. Starts on the 13th, of course. And that goes all the way to January 2nd. As far as the regular bowl games, not the big ones. But guys, let's go over the 12 teams that we have in the bowl. Right? The 12 teams we have on the bowl, man. I definitely make sure y'all put it on my thumbnail. So for those who didn't see it, that's okay. We're going to put it up again. We're going to talk about it. So here we are. We have James Madison versus Oregon. You have Alabama versus Oklahoma. You have Tulane versus Ole Miss. You have Miami versus Texas Tech. You have the number 1 seed, Indiana. Shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers for winning the Big Ten. They the Big Ten champs, guys. Y'all got to respect that. Number 1 seed. Number 2 seed is Ohio State, the team that got defeated by Indiana. Number three is Georgia, SEC title winner, Georgia. Shout out to them. And representing the Big 12 as a original member of the Big 12 or the Big 8, whichever you want to call it, Texas Tech. So there you are. Championship game will be played in Miami at the Hard Rock Cafe. Can the Hurricanes make it all the way back to home state, home city, home field to play for the national championship? Who knows? They got a hard road because you got the Texas A&M. That's a tough game. Then you got the winner. Miami got the winner of plays after they win that. If they win that, they get the opportunity to play in Ohio State. And then after Ohio State, more than likely, they got the play to play Ole Miss or Georgia. Who knows? All right. That's what you got. So if you make it to that point, opportunity to play Georgia and Miami, then you got the opportunity to go home. Now, I don't know who's going to be the number 1 team coming out of the top. Is it going to be Indiana? Is it going to be Texas Tech? It's going to be one of these other ones. Can it be Alabama? Can it be Oklahoma? Can it be Oregon? Can it be James Madison? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But with that being said, we got some great matches, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let's see what the chat said. Let's see what my man said in the chat. At Whip Hero, Texas Tech is going to the championship. Why High says Boomer sooner? Well, that will be very interesting if that matchup was to occur. You would have one Big 12 team going against a former Big 12. They got to beat one another in order to go. Now, how would that turn out? I don't know. That would definitely be interesting. Definitely will be an interesting matchup. Whip Hero said, if Texas Tech takes out some SEC teams, it will make the Big 12 as a conference look good. Or Big 10. Yes, it would. I do like Texas Tech. I like the way they play. Like I said, they got a defensive end that I like. He's pretty tough, man. Like I said, I would love to see my Bears maybe hopefully get a shot at him. I don't know if he is, because he's more than likely going to be in a top 10, a top 15 draft pick. And I don't know if the Bears will make it up that high. I don't. But I would definitely be interested in hopefully getting an opportunity to get somebody like him on my roster. Will that happen? Who knows? Who knows? But as far as the 12, that was tough. Picking these 12 teams in order to play in a playoff was a tough decision. Look, I'm not going to sit there and say Notre Dame doesn't deserve to be in there, because they do. But you had to make a decision. What I don't like is James Madison and Tulane in there. I think that's crazy. But Notre Dame, y'all the same concept. Neither one of y'all in a major roster. So what are you supposed to do? You got to make a decision. And if the decision is to bring somebody who's not in a major concept, independents like such as yourself, Notre Dame, that's the same thing that would get y'all in. Look, truth be told, ACC is going to have to make a decision as far as Notre Dame. Pull them over in the conference, make them play for that conference title, and maybe get in that way. My man King Rooster stopping by, just saying peace. Right on, big brother. Hopefully you hit that like button, my man. You goddamn right. Some analysts are saying they should do it like they do the FCS playoff 2014. Even if they do, it's going to be something. Team number 25 is going to have an issue. Even if they do this, like the FCA, and shout out to that, Murray State got the opportunity to play in it for a couple of years. Even if they do that, it's not going to work out the way they think. Somebody's going to find some way to complain about something. They are. Seems like you could never win. They want to play a 64-team tournament just like the college basketball. Is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing when we get to that point? This is crazy. My buddy E sliding in. Oh God, Lord, I better say pause after that. Goddamn. My man E stopping by just to say hi, I'm sure. Shout out to him and some of his brothers, his fraternity brothers. They had a get together today. So shout out to the brothers from the A5A. Shout out to the Alphas. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, making a decision of these 12 teams to put in probably got to be one of the hardest things to do. I'm sure it is because look, you got a lot of good teams that could possibly be there. And unfortunately, they don't be outside looking in. Mhm. So you had to make a decision. You only get 12 in. So I felt like they did what they could with what they had. It is what it is. But guys, I need for y'all to do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button. You goddamn right. Guys, this Tuesday, my son has a game. And this past Saturday, they had their first conference, the RCS conference game, and they ended up winning. So shout out to them. They got a road game this Tuesday, so I will be there, ready to get on the road. It's about an hour and 45 minutes from my house. Looking forward to that. If I didn't go, guys, I would have streamed it with you. But I'm going to get the opportunity to go, so I'm going to be there watching the game, rooting my son on and cheering for IUS. They're having a pretty good season so far. He's doing pretty good. Got to maintain and keep it up. I told him, man, he knows what he got to do. Little things he's got to work on. He missed a free throw. I think he ended up with like 5 turnovers in that game. That's not good. And a couple of those turnovers was, guys, my son's one of those kids that loves to pass. He'd rather pass before he shoots, and that's what he does sometimes. And so when you throw a pass and they fumble it out, it's considered a turnover on him. So one time he threw it up at the rim and set the man up for a dunk, and unfortunately, the young man didn't catch it. And I'm sure they didn't count that as a missed shot. They count that as a turnover. So he knows what he has to do. He owed me some push-ups. So every turnover is 25. Every missed free throw is 25. So he owes 25 in push-ups for missed free throws, 125 in his turnovers they created. My man Whip Hero said he hopes West Virginia figures out their crap. I know that's right. I know that's right. He said, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Shout out to the people of West Virginia. I've been to West Virginia. My son was being recruited by Marshall. And Marshall's a lot closer than I thought. It's only about 3 hours. I thought a little further than that. But man, they had this great little restaurant down there in that area in Marshall. Great restaurant. Nice small campus. Real nice and personal. I was hoping that worked out for him, but it didn't. So, it's life. That's life. He said the bottom few teams would get eliminated to the Tier Super Conference, and the best teams from the Tier 2 conference would get promoted up. He said West Virginia has some nice sights. I know that's right. Well, Q, we are talking about this college playoff, this 12-team playoff, and what can we do to figure this out? Because Notre Dame is 13, and they on the outside looking in. They say it's cold on the outside looking in, and they not liking it. Now they decided we're not even going to a bowl game. That's a great thing. Notre Dame said we're not even going to a bowl game. The hell with you seniors, seniors, we're not going. That's what they said. He said, tell them to hit the like button. God damn it, I need for them to hit the like button. If you ain't hit the like button, what you waiting on? Guys, make sure you are subscribed. If you're subscribed over to the Just NFL on the NFL Roundtable and not subscribed to Hink in the Basement, shame on you. Subscribe. If you're subscribed to Hink in the Basement and the Just NFL and not subscribed to the Roundtable, shame on you. If you're subscribed to the Roundtable and Hink in the Basement but not subscribed to the Just NFL, shame on you. Guys, make sure y'all subscribe. There's a link there, and you can hit and find it, and you can hit subscribe on them other shows. Do that for me. I greatly appreciate it, I promise you. And for those who don't see it, shame on me. I need to drop it so y'all can subscribe to these other channels. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna leave you hanging, guys. I promise you I'm not. I'm gonna make it easier for you guys so you can do it. That's what we're going to do. You don't need to make it more challenging and hard. Make it easier. Do my folks a favor. Right? So as I say this, I'm going to drop it in the link, each one. So there we go. That's for Hink in the Basement. Now I'm going to drop these other ones so y'all can at least get the opportunity to subscribe to each channel that I have. Here we go. Here's the second. All right, here we go. Now we're going to get this last one, the Just NFL. Make sure y'all do your boy a solid and subscribe to every last one of them. All right. So here's the link for all these channels that you need to subscribe to. Make sure you guys do this so y'all can have the access to these channels. I want you guys to hit that link. Hit that link so you can subscribe to these channels. Look at Travel One. Travel One, I hope you hit that like button, man. Travel One said, jetting by to say greetings to Mr. and Mrs. Hink and to say have a good evening together. And to repeat, tennis will always be the only civilized sport 2025 and beyond. Okay. All right. Shout out to Travel One. Travel One, make sure you hit that like button, man. You goddamn right, man. And shout out to the tennis players. Q said, did you talk about the Sanders big game? Yes, we did. Q, I feel like they're trying to sabotage you. I feel like their coach is holding him back. Just my opinion. That's all it is. But I think he deserves more than what he's getting. I think they're sleeping on him. But fortunately for the young man, he does have 4 games left. So he's going to get 4 opportunities to really show what he can do. Whip Hero said, as a Jags fan, I'm pretty happy where we are starting to heat up. Well, look here, guy. Let me say this. Y'all have an opportunity. y'all have the opportunity to win the South again. Now, y'all gonna be competing with the Texans, but they had the opportunity. My man King Rooster said, drop the link on this page. What link are you talking about, Rooster? I dropped the link so you can subscribe to the channels I have. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channels. Hit that subscribe button, brother. Let me hit these other. Let me see. Make sure I got all the links in there. I don't want. Make sure we get all the links that we need. He being messy. Send you to the link, and then you hit that link, and you can go to each one. Bruce, I don't know what you talking. Well, I said Coach should trade to try to make a deal for Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. I mean, that makes sense. Andy Richardson's done, man. When you make silly comments like, I think college is a lot easier than NFL, yeah, you need to be fired. You need to be let go from any team you on. Yeah, you being sloppy. Well, when you hit that link, Rooster, you're gonna look on there, and it's gonna have what we call up our by. It's gonna have 8 more links. Hit them, that button right there, 8 more links. Then he's gonna give you the opportunity to hit the round table. Then you subscribe to that. The Just NFL, you can subscribe to that and do that. Let's do it that way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do it that way. Help brother out. Help the brother out, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure you hit that like button. Rooster, especially you. You tell you won't get nobody no likes, man. You trying to hold back on the like button. Don't do that, Rooster. Don't be like that, man. Show some love, brother. Show some love, man. I know some people don't want to show love. Show some love. My man Rob, he said, Kelsey playing soft. Damn. You think so? Look, I can't fight with you on that. He did look a little questionable. Brown's rookie tight end is the best in this class. He's productive. Hey, man, I liked him at Bowling Green. Truth be told, I didn't expect to use our first-round pick on Coach and Leveland. I was looking at that tight end from, like I said, Bowling Green that Cleveland got. I was looking at him as possibly a third-round pick. That's what I was hoping for. Didn't work out that way, but I was hoping for it. I'm just saying. Guys, but I need for y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Not only hit that like button, I need for you guys to make sure you're subscribed to all the channels. I dropped the link, and I make sure y'all hit the link and make sure y'all like on those channels. Whatever channels you try to, leave a comment, subscribe, man. If you want to donate, there's an opportunity to hit that super chat, super chat button, or you can do the Cash App. It's that QR code right up at the top. Either way, it'll be all good. I greatly appreciate it. I promise you I would. But guys, with that being said, I got to get to this other game that's about to kick off, and that's Philly and the Chargers. I got some vested interest in this. I need some points so my fantasy team can make the playoffs, and I can share the good news with you. But with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you beautiful people being here. And I will catch you beautiful people on the next one. Right on.